Ryan, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people where you're based out of and where do you work as a real estate agent?
Yeah, so I'm Ryan Rust. I run and operate Ryan Rust Real Estate out of Wichita, Kansas. I've been a realtor for going on 11 years, been involved in real estate in one fashion or another for 19.
Nice, awesome. So I know when we met, you had a few challenges that you were working with. You wanted to build more relationships with people and stuff like that. So walk me through what were some of your biggest challenges when we initially started working, before we started working?
Yeah, I already had a really pretty successful business, at least by most standards, but my underlying systems was they are almost non-existent. I was working like crazy trying to keep up with my clients, and I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew, but I could feel it under the surface big time. So that was very attractive to me. But just your process, I've been doing this, going on 11 years, and I've looked at a lot of systems, and it's almost or not a lot of lead systems, and it's almost always the same spiel. But there was something different with yours that got my attention, and then with talking with you, it just kind of reconfirmed it.
Yeah, yeah, awesome, man. What type of results did we get so far? What have we contributed to your bottom line? What does that look like?
Yeah. 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 So as of right now, I've got one under contract, and then I've got another one that I'm actively looking. We've got we've got kind of a problem here in the city I'm in. We're drastically short property, so I have buyers that are constantly stacking up. So that kind of is an issue for us right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, so obviously I invested in your system, worked the system. You kind of start coaching me through it, and you could tell it was progressively getting a little bit better. And then it just kind of flipped a switch, like literally flipped a switch after about 2 months, give or take. And then it just kind of compounded. And now I can tell people are a lot more receptive and are more eager to try and work with me to get some stuff under contract or at least to get qualified. I think that's been one of the biggest benefits for people. Are there's a lot of people that are a little bit hesitant, that don't even necessarily think they can buy a home, or they're a little concerned. Then once I talk to them, your system's getting them available to me. I talk to them, get them over to my lender, and most of them are just shocked to believe that they could get qualified right away, or be qualified here in like the next 3 months type of deal. So I've got a ton of stuff in the pipeline that's actually coming through that I've developed starting relationships with.
yeah, it's just a matter of process, right? So pipeline builds up, you keep getting people need help, they just don't know where to start, right? So
Right.
as a real estate agent, your goal is to help people out. As long as you can help people out and you talk to them and walk them through the process, you want to show them that you understand, you will see the results that you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, it's people's business, right? It's not any other thing.
Right.
Real estate is a people's business.
Yeah.
um so also on that note, we also had that you also mentioned that you wanted to build a brand for yourself in your market, right? And you wanted to show people around you that you're there, you can help them and stuff like that. How has that played a role on the branding side for your business?
Yeah, it's been excellent. That's been one of the big benefits that I didn't even consider, is just having those ads that you're running for me. I have people that were already kind of in my sphere of influence that are seeing those ads and are either contacting me through those ads or reaching out to me and telling me they've seen those ads. So just that constant seeing my face, seeing that I'm an expert in what I do, interacting with people through those ads. Because people, even if they don't follow through on the lead system, a lot of them are making comments on the actual Facebook post. So I'll reach out to them that way. And so I can definitely see there's a compounding effect, not only just people that are seeing those leads, but that are seeing my branding and my face consistently more and more. And I was already doing a good amount of that, but there seems to be a professional level that comes with these ads that you've created that are really drawing people in over a period of time.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, how has this impacted your business? And how has the process impacted you personally as well?
Yeah, I've always kind of believed and consistently and compounding. I've never been really good at doing a lot of things, but I've always been really consistent. I think that's one of the reasons I saw your system and was drawn to it. I had already created a pretty successful business, and I kind of, you know, had that going and that was working, but I wanted to do more business, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to make that happen. Seeing kind of what you had created and talking with you, it really kind of revamped how I'm doing stuff. It got me, you know, interacting with new clients again, and like really kind of being more aggressive so that I could build my numbers up and do you know, more production this year. So it kind of, I guess for a lack of better words, it kind of got me fired up again to not only interact with people, but just kind of start being more aggressive again.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Sometimes you just need that boost, you know.
Yeah,
Just a little change in business can help you like take you a long way or make a year for you basically.
for sure.
Uh what would you say to somebody who's on the fence to like just like work with me, talk to me, you know, just build that relation like how you build with your clients?
Yeah, you know, I think it's pretty easy. Soon as I reached out to you, I think you sent a real easy email. I reached out to you. As soon as I talked to you, I could tell that like I could tell that you cared about what you were doing. You weren't just trying to sell me something. But I still, even that being the case, I've seen all sorts of lead systems. So I still made you go through the process of, you know, really making me understand, you know, how does this work? Can you really deliver on what it looked like you were promising or what it looked like you could? And then even at that point, I mean, we had the discussion. I still had to decide, was I going to be was I going to put in the commitment to actually run the system like you had designed? Because, like I said, I already had a pretty successful business. I had to decide for myself, did I want to put in the actual work to have better results? And so I took a couple days kind of looking at that, and I just decided, you know, what have I got to lose? I'd already At that point, I had already trusted what you were telling me, so I thought I might as well give this a shot and increase my numbers and see how the year goes. And that's been the case. That's been the case whenever I've talked to you. You've been consistent in what you've told me about, hey, this is a system, continue to work this system. And you know, when I would talk to you on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, it was always the same as like, you know, just keep working the system, it works, and it does.
It does, yeah. But it's just a patience game, right? Once you set it up, once the leads are coming in, you just gotta be patient. You can't just give up in like day one, day two. This is a magic. It's literally licensed to print money, but it just takes a minute. Like you just have to
Yeah,
wait for a second, you know?
yeah. You know, in sales, we've all been taught that you've got to make, you know, you need to contact the people, whatever, you get 5, 7 times or whatever. And as individuals, sometimes that's hard for us to do because we get busy. When you've got a system that you had created that pretty much does that for yourself, and you're telling me, hey, all you got to do is call the leads for that day and just keep doing that, it doesn't get any more basic than that. You either do it or don't. And if you want the results, you do it and it works.
Yeah,